From Texas, so I'm still on Central Time. So that's a good looking group in here. So can I see those hands again? Like how many people are maybe not? We'll do a different group this time. So anybody who's new-ish in the business, first 90 days, or you're just getting started. So really most of the room. Okay. So I'm not going to come up here and talk about how to build $1 million a month organization. Okay, because when I first started, and I've been here a year. I came here from another insurance company where I own an agency there. I've been in the business 18 years. I've had my license for 18 years. And when I qualified for my own agency at the previous company, that took $1 million a year. So if you did $1 million a year, you became an agency owner. And there were maybe, out of 2,000 agents around the country, there were maybe 30 people who had ever done that. And so, at the time that I came over here, my agency was about $2 million a year. And that's about $150,000 a month. So that's like a VP. Are there any VPs in the room? Yeah, okay, so 1, 2, 3, yeah. So, that took me, just to give you a comparison, at my old company, that took me 3 years to get to $1 million. It took me 5 years to get to $2 million. Okay? And the reason is because of this right over here, comp plan. So after 17 years of being in the business, I went to a family first training just like this. So I sat in the back of the room. I told the guy that invited me, listen, I'm not recruitable. I'm never going to come and work with your company. I'm perfectly satisfied where I am. I've got a really, really good deal. I have the top comp of anybody in the nation. I had worked my way, after 17 years, I had worked my way up to an 80% commission. and now back then, this comp plan was a little different. It started at 80 and went to 140. So since I've been here, it actually got better, right? But the starting comp at that time was 80%. And I'm like, you're telling me you'll hire an Uber driver or a bartender and give them the same commission that it took me 17 years to earn? That's been, and it wasn't like I was astonished, but you know the true feeling I had. And I was livid. I was furious. I was like, that's not right. And when I decided to come over here, the biggest reason I decided to come over here is because I could give away to my friends and my people, the people I cared about, I could give away higher comp that I had spent a little bit of career earning. I could give people, see, I had a really good deal. I was making very good money where I was at. I did very well. People at the top did very well. But the people coming up, there was a crapshoot. 1 out of maybe every 10 would survive the first 2 years. And then, but the ones that did, they had a chance to work their way up. It's that book that we all read, Darwin. So here, I was like, man, I could give away the comp that I make great money. Imagine if I could just give that comp away for free. Like, hey, dude, you want to try insurance? Here's my comp level, right? I couldn't do that where I was at. That was the #1 reason I came here. Right. And I couldn't fathom building $1 million organization. Like, to me, I thought, well, if I can get to $150,000 a month, maybe it would only take me 2 years to get there, instead of 3, right? And we got to $150,000 a month in 90 days. Woo! And then, I couldn't get my arms around $1 million a month. Like, that was not a reality for me. But it became a reality. Now it's like, we did it, and we hit $1 million a month in 10 months. And this month is my 13th month. We'll do 1.7 million this month. That's this comp plan. So for those of you guys who this is your first stop in the insurance world, congratulations. You just saved yourself 17 years. But also I share that to empower you. Because what we have is legitimately, like in my own company, we have a slogan. It was the best opportunity in America. We had a hashtag, we had a Facebook campaign, we had like co-marketing, right? And then I came over here and I do like that was a joke, you know. And I'm not mad about it. Like I learned a lot. There's no way I would have accomplished anything I've accomplished here without my time there. But I just shared that we really do have the best business ever. Most of the people that I recruited my first year that I went after, it wasn't about selling them and joining my company and hey, I need some agents and come work with me. It was literally like, maybe you're working over there. Not even where I came from, because I couldn't even recruit those people for a while, right? Because I had not compete. Here we don't even have not compete, right? Because it's amazing. So I had a marketing agreement, so I couldn't recruit those people. So, but I would go to other people that I knew professionally, and I'd be like, dude, I mean, I don't want to say you're getting ripped off, but let me just show you this, and then you make up your mind what's happening to you. And so, don't take it for granted. You know, don't. I see a lot of people come in here. Look at my old company, for example. We would start people with a 30% commission, and you would go. But we didn't have leads, so you would go cold call. And what you would do is you would first you start to make a list of all your friends and family, because that's exactly what your friends and family want you to do, sell insurance, right? So. And you would become that guy at the Thanksgiving and Christmas parties. Like, hey, Aunt Jane, we talk about insurance. And you know, the people would be like, see you coming in and be like, talk about that insurance, right? So we would do that. And then, of course, we would run out of those people, right? Because you only have so many people. And then you would have to cold call. So we would literally like go door to door in neighborhoods. Or we would go like business to business. So once you got good at it, you go to businesses and sell them insurance. But it was all cold calls. And so you would work all day, like a typical agent, this was the schedule. You work all day, you make 30 approaches a day. So like they're not gonna go like somebody would talk to you, right? Hey, I'm Eric, I'm just catching up with everybody out here about life insurance, and the accounts for work, right? You do that 30 times, and out of those 30 times, you would maybe do you get 5 people that would actually like, oh, all right, what do you got? And you like sit on their porch, or back in the pickup truck, or whatever, and you try to show them some insurance. And out of those, maybe one person might buy. Right? If you were good. And so if you work all week, you might sell 5 policies, right? And that was about $5,000 of sales, about the same as it is here, right? You get 30% commission, so that's $1,500. And you get a 60% advance, so that was about $800. Then you get your checking account for working all week, right? And, I mean, $800 a week, so you know, that's $3 grand, $4 grand a month, right? People can figure it out, $3 or $4 grand a month, you know, and then they get better, et cetera, right? So it wasn't like impossible. It's just here, if I sit down with somebody on a 90% or 100% contract, let's just say, and I sell them a $1,000 policy, I'm gonna get $750 my check back for them to make a sale, right? And so what I see sometimes happen is people come into the business and they treat it like it's a vending machine. Right? It's like, oh man, I'm running a little short. Need to make $1,000. You know, call a couple of leads, they'll go sell a policy, put $1,000 in their checking account. Or they'll have like a great week and have like an $8,000, $10,000 deposit, and then they'll just take the month off because I didn't need all that money, right? Anybody in here feel like you don't have to raise your hand? But I mean, I see that happen. And that's fine. You know, what's cool is we're independent contractors. Nobody's going to judge you. But I just challenge you, like, don't treat the business like a lemonade stand or a vending machine. Like, this is a true, like, life-changing opportunity. You know, really, truly. The other thing that makes this awesome, that I love, is that we're not really in sales. So, like, if you think about, like, what I just described, that salesperson that's going out there knocking on doors, selling insurance, trying to convince people to look at something that they might need, right? Find a need, ask questions, discover pain, all that stuff that anybody here been in sales before? You guys understand all these things I'm saying, right? Like you have to learn how to discover pain, and, you know, right? When you spend 80% of your time prospecting to find somebody who's willing to listen to you, right? Here we spend no time prospecting because we just buy our prospects. Like that's, and yeah, I just brought on a girl yesterday from another company, I won't mention, and she had a great comp. She had 75% comp where she was at. But her leads were $33 a piece, and she was obligated to buy like in this 5-county radius, right? Because that's where they were. They had like one lead program, $33 a lead, and She's like, I'm doing okay, but I mean, I'm driving hundreds of miles. I'm like, what are you, a Timberwolf? Like, that's a big range. Here, you can come to the CRM and buy 1 month old leads in your backyard, buy 100 of them for $400. And I mean, if you can't turn that into $4,000, like, I mean, you're not really trying, And I love that about this business because anybody, anytime, anywhere in their own backyard can get up and running and immediately make money. Those are the things that I really appreciate about this place. So I just want to give you guys a couple of keys that you can take with you today and start working with immediately. So the first thing is, let's segue off of this point. So we're not salespeople, we're field underwriters. Okay, so when you're sitting down with people, don't think of yourself like a salesperson, because that's not really what's going on. What's really going on is that person fill out a request online, ask a complete stranger for help. Okay, now, I don't know about any of y'all, but like if I needed life insurance and I didn't sell it, and just ask yourself, would you go online and ask a complete stranger to help you with your life insurance, or would you ask somebody maybe at your church or somebody that you know, right? Most of us would reach out and say, hey, I should talk to you about this, right? These people don't have those people, or they didn't ask them, right? Or maybe they did ask them and they gave them terrible services, and now they're just at the end of the road. They need help. They're asking a complete stranger for help. So the first thing is to take responsibility for what an awesome responsibility that is. If you bought that lead and you're holding that lead, that's not a lead on a piece of paper. That's a family that needs help, and it's your responsibility. For whatever divine or otherwise forces put that family in your hands, that's your job, right? And that, maybe it's a little heavy, but take that on and it will change your business, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is when I'm sitting down with that family, I'm not here to sell you, okay? You already know you need something, or else we wouldn't be here, right? So I'm just here to qualify you. I'm just here to get you qualified. What can we get you qualified for? That's it. It's what is your health being qualified for you, and where do you want your budget to be? And the great thing is both of those are, the qualification's not, but the budget's totally under your control here. So my old company, you had one product, or one set of products, and you had one underwriter to work with, so if they didn't want the person, they didn't want the person. So imagine with all of that, and being somebody who's excited to get your insurance, and at the end they can't have it. It really sucks. But here, I can pivot to another company, and I can get that person covered, right? And so that's awesome. So that's your job. It's just, I'm just here to qualify for your health, and then see how much money do you want to spend, right? And I'm not here to collect as much money as possible. The policy that stays is the policy that pays, right? And you just tell people that, look, you're not going to spend anything more than you want to do. Fair? Yeah, because I won't do business with you if you try to spend more than you can, right? I don't run your business if you can't afford to keep it. And people love hearing that. It takes all the sales pressure out, right? So, and then what do we get? Let me frame this question this way. So, as field underwriters, what do we get paid to do?
See people?
No. Cover families. Qualified people. We get paid to help people make decisions. We get paid to help people make decisions. So that applies to when you're selling, it applies to when you're recruiting. Okay? You can talk to a lot of people and educate people, but if they don't make decisions, you make no money. Also, if they don't make decisions, they don't improve their situation. Right? So your job, one lady said, cover families. Yes, right? But it's really, they cover themselves, right? They're the ones filling out the application. They're the ones putting the money down, right? They're making a choice to ask for coverage, right? So we're helping them make decisions. The better you are at helping people make decisions, the better you're going to be in this business, period. Yeah. So yesterday, I was with an agent, and I saw them go through this presentation, and they're trying to explain mortgage protection. And they're going through, well, it kind of works like this, if you pay it off this early, you get your money back, you can access this like a slush fund. It's talking about it, educate the person, right? What they weren't doing is asking me questions like, why do you think you'd want that? What would happen you passed away and, you know, if your husband passed away, and how would that affect your family? Do you want to do something about that? When do you want to do something about that? Right? Help people make decisions, and you'll make a lot more money in this business. And then the last thing I'll give you before I sit down is, especially who in here is considering building a team or recruiting people? Okay. So don't think about recruiting like recruiting. Right? Recruiting is like, I have this team over here and I need to be part of it, right? And it's about what I need, right? So I got this team, we need more agents, etc., which is all true from my perspective, right? But from his perspective, he didn't care about any of that, right? Make it simple. Look, I'm rescuing people. And I talked to my Uber driver on the way over here today, right? And I literally just asked him, like, dude, is this your side hustle, your main career? What are you doing? He's like, no, I just do is make extra money. I'm like, oh, what do you do for your real job? He told me. And I said, well, how much, not to be rude, but like, how much extra does Uber driving pay you every week? You know, $600-700 bucks. He said, okay. I said, well, dude, if I could show you a way to make a couple grand extra a week with those 2 days, then would you be interested in that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, and that's it. It's just rescue people, right? They're working too hard for the money they're making. Anybody here ever worked too hard for the money? I sure have. Yeah. Everybody does. So it's like, just rescue them, right? Rescue them. That's it. Jordan, back to you.